Hey everyone, we got the Belphegor trial today, and I'll be the one to OTK it on, well, not technically OTK it, but 4 turns, all missions, no mages, straight physical team. This is it. I'll show the gear once we're done because this might fail due to dealing too much damage. It's a luxury problem, so let's see how this goes. Alright, so we'll have Wylk shift into Cloud Style Hurricane, which is his 250% Demon Killer. Pretty decent. Chizuru doesn't really have anything to do, but it's important to do Eastern Winds for the 30% Katana Imperil. We'll do Staunch Samurai Spirit for the break immunity, as well as some LB fill rate buffs, and Strong Samurai Spirit for some status buffs. Esther is going to Calm, Bolting, and Energizing Bunny. As you already should know, that's 120 Demon Killer. Only really relevant for turn 2, because that's going to be our first burst turn to prepare for the final burst. Roberta is going to Inferno Breath, Ignitos, and very important to do Draconic Triune last. And I'll show you why in just a second. Sylvie needs to do Burgeoning Defense, 85% General Mitigation. That's the only way to actually reduce the damage of the boss's hybrid attack, which steals mana and deals gravity-based damage, and gravity-based damage is reduced by General Mitigation. So we don't need either elemental vines or petals. We'll do Compassionate Knight for ailment resistance, and Paladin's Resolve for some mana, for some HP regeneration. So we're gonna send in Sylvie, we're gonna send in Esther, and we're gonna send in Roberta, and at the same time Wylk, so he actually deals some weakness damage. It's a super minor, very min-maxing error of me. You don't need to be that min-maxing. And honestly, I probably shouldn't min-max that much because I'm dealing too much damage anyway. Okay, so this is our first burst turn. So we'll shift Chizuru such that she can limit burst. Esther is going to limit burst. Wylk is going to 90% defense break. And Roberta is going to Mega Breath, Mystic Breath, and Draconic Triune in this very order. Again, we want to fill the LB gauge. Sylvie is also passive provoking and shift, but on this turn, such that we do have maximum burst, technically speaking, sorta, kinda. She's gonna limit burst for the modifier increase to Sylvie, to Esther and Chizuru. And yeah, we'll basically send in Wylk first and then send in the other two. So let's do this and immediately send in the other ones. We can chip in some damage from Bird as well. Last time I did ended up on 60%. Ending up at 61, that's even better, honestly, because I might actually just push the boss yet again, which would be rather unfortunate. The threshold is at 50%. You don't want to deal more than that, but it's looking mighty fine so far. First burst, we did already 40% of the boss's health, and will burst really hard on the next one. Okay, so Wylk is going back to base for Memories of the Ancestral Dragon and Double Frenzied Claws. Chizuru is going to use Tyvis' Spirit, and Esther is going to prepare. Yet again, we'll use Roberta's 300% LB buff, aka her Limit Burst in base form. And Sylvie is going to Poach the Demon, 250% a Demon Killer buff on a single unit and 150% for everybody else. Well, actually just meaning Esther in that case, because she's the only one without 250. Chizuru and Wylk have that right now. And double Clever Paladin Strike to chain with Wylk. So yeah, we can press Chizuru, she's just doing Tyvis' Spirit. And let's do the other two. And this shouldn't deal too much damage. Let's hope we don't push below 50. We absolutely didn't. Perfect. So the boss, as you can see, doesn't really do much here. It's a small imperil on Sylvie or everybody, but the boss only does a single target in phase 1. Okay, so let me check my turn chart. I have an EN frames on her in my sheet, but I don't have EN frames equipped. So that's an oversight on my end. Whoopsie. That's fine. So we'll start this off with Mystic Breath. We'll Limit Burst with the rest of the team. And we're gonna use Mystic Breath chain to actually set up the chain such that Chizuru+Esther+Wylk can hit a full modifier chain. Because I don't have Sylvie on anything important, sadly, I'll just Limit Burst with her again, just for good measure. Let's wait for this to finish, and then we'll send in the chain. Once it's nice built, let's go with the rest, and this should close out this fight, hopefully. There we go. Turn 4, full OD, well, not ODK, but one-shotted from 56%. Oh yeah, we did more than 50% of the boss's HP, 13.6, which is barely above average. The average is 12.9%, 12.9 billion. And the maximum amount is a full overkill of 22 billion. Alright, so we got ourselves our lapis, we got all the rewards, and let's check. Ooh, Esther out damaging Chizuru, even though Chizuru has much more attack than her. Variance. Variance is a huge thing. And, oh well, haha, it's rather obvious because Chizuru has the lower modifier. And she had no real buffs, turn 1, so... Oh, turn 2, I mean. So yeah. But still, Esther, rather surprising. Also Wylk, rather surprising for a non-stacked LB. That's pretty good, honestly. And yeah, that's it. All missions. With a, well, not so cheap team. But it's still fun. I had my fun. So, let's check out the team's gear. We don't want any friend unit. So Sylvie, yeah. She has 100% or more a dark resistance in both forms. Technically speaking, she doesn't need any because the boss only imperils on turn 3 as his very last action. So she doesn't need any dark resistance. I still built her for it. Full passive provoke, the boss does no physical attack, so you don't need evasion. Just make sure you have lots of defense and spirit, as well as her general mitigation up. This is the gear, her own vision card, and basically the same in Brave Shift. I was just too lazy to change most things, but I would usually gear her for the same in Brave Shift. Roberta, Obsidian Bracer, more than enough, as your main attack and magic break, and nothing else. She isn't geared in a Brave Shift, we never used it. Chizuru, nothing in base, and Brave Shift, full on gearing. By the way, I've got the question. This isn't Nailikas, but Roos's STMR, in case you're wondering. Otherwise, Clash stuff, because she has innate 6x cap at EX plus 3. Tyvus' Spirit. You cannot shift her to base. She's trans shift, so she needs Tyvus' Spirit in that form, but that's fine. She's not that hard to gear for Demon Killer, and uses Wylk's Vision card. So she has 300 Demon. Whoopsie, I forgot about 300% LB. Maybe that's why she didn't deal much more damage, so... Oh yeah, I know why. I'm so dumb, yeah. I should have used Belphegor's Close. I had Belphegor's Close prior on her, and that's how I got to 300 LB. I don't know why I switched to Roos's STMR. Yeah, I should have this, so yeah. Anyway, that's the gear for Chizuru. But it didn't end up mattering. Esther, her standard build, a double static attack, pieces from Clash. She has Indestructible Light for 6x cap, and she super easily gears for 300 Demon, but she is at 300% LB. And she's using her own Vision card, and that one also has a Demon Killer on it. Brave Shift, I geared it for whatever, but never used it. And then Wylk, just some LB fill rate in base, some I don't know why Resistance is also on Esther's card. I have two, but if you have Knights of Grunfeld card, just as good. Because Wylk, he's using a Fist, because with the Fist, he unlocks 250% Demon Killer, which is rather advantageous for this fight. Instead of the Axe is variance, more damage technically, but this one has the Demon Killer. We want that, so it's easier to gear. Also, he has innate 300 Demon Killer when he has the Fists equipped, so that's his gear. Also wearing Indestructible Light, and has a lot of attack, as you can see. So if we were to stack him up fully, he would be competing with Esther and Chizuru just fine. But as it is, he needs to stack twice, sadly. And that was the team. So thank you all for watching. Rather easy fight if you have the units for that. I believe Sincere has an Olivera clear. I haven't watched it, I just pretty much got home and recorded this video right away. So that's been it. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.